What's going on YouTube? What's going on collectors? Welcome to another episode of Comic Art Checklist. And for this episode, we are going to be doing Topps Chrome. And this is the base set along with the Sapphire parallel base set along with three chase sets. And I think that's all I have inside this box. So we'll just get started because don't really have anything else to do, so or to explain. Yeah, but this set is from the UK, or actually I'm not sure if it's the UK, but it's definitely not in the US. So I bought this set, of course, from China because they had some pretty good deals. I think I was able to get the base set for like $20, but their shipping was also like $25. So but anyway, I don't know, let's see, it says 2024 in Topps, so but let me see if I could get them out first. First 66, 72. So it's a pretty large base set. The base set has 200 cards. And they're not like thick cards, but they're also not like super skinny. So they're a little bit in between. Not really sure what's the thickness. It might be, I don't have my, do I have my thickness thing here? Nope, I don't. So yeah, all I could say, it's not thin, but it's just a little bit less thick as the flare cards, or it might be the same thickness, I'm not sure. So but that's the first 100. Oh, did I say 100 and did I say 200? What I meant was 150. So there's only 150 to this set and not 200. I think I was thinking of the Marvel Platinum or something, but that's right. The Topps Chrome is only a 150 card set, so I could break them in half if I could somewhat control these cards. 75. So there. I would rank the artwork for this as, I might even put this third before Marvel Masterpieces and Marvel Flair for the most recent years for those sets. But they do have some nice artwork. So, and this is the Sapphire parallel base set, if I could get them all out. And I might go over the chase set first, just because it's a lot, there's a lot less of them. As you guys could see in the whole box, almost the whole box is filled from the base cards and the parallel Sapphire base set. And then, oh, I just banged my table. Okay, so I'll do this afterwards, but I'll do the chase set for once. I think I always start off with the base anyway, so we'll put them up here. So this is all the chase set I have, and this might be the master. This might be, well, I'm not gonna say it's all the chase set, but I think this is like 90% of the chase set here. So it's not a big chase set. So the first one we have is the giant size superstars, and it's labeled MG TAC 1. If you guys have been seeing a bigger version of this card, that's because it's the box topper. So if you open up a box of the Topps Chrome, you'll find that it has one of that big card, and the main difference for you to tell if you're purchasing it is that instead of MG TAC 1, it's MGG TAC 1. So, and I purchased it, and yeah, I don't know when I'll get it. So, but it is a pretty cool Chrome card. And if you guys haven't noticed, it's called Topps Chrome because all the cards are Chrome. But from the base card to the chase set, so this is the giant size superstars. And this is Fantastic Four #1, Master of Kung Fu. We got giant size Avengers. I guess everything is giant sized. Giant sized X-Men. Yeah, these comic books came out let's see if they're in order. So May 1st, 1974, December 1st, 1974. Nope, they're not in order. July, or they're not in order as far as the dates. We got giant size supervillain team up. Giant size Man Thing. Well, this is probably the the worst title out of all the titles in this whole set. Giant size Fantastic Four. Giant size Werewolf. Giant size Defenders. And I think there's 10 cards to each chase subset. So this would be the last one for the giant size. And like I said, there is the chase set version and the box topper set version, which is I haven't had one in hand. I'm assuming it's a 5x7 card, but it might be a little bit different because I've never had my hands on it. So, but I will get it eventually. Then our next Chrome chase subset is the icons. So this one is Spider-Man, and they label it MI TAC 1. I think the G stands for giant. M might be Marvel giant size, and then the MI might be Marvel icons. But I'm not sure because this is my first time looking at this set. We got Black Panther, and Daredevil, and I can't remember how much I purchased these because I won them off of eBay, bidding on them, and I might have paid a little bit too much for them. So, but since I have them all now, I don't have to worry about it anymore. Got icons. Got Thanos. Human Torch. Venom. Loki. Ant-Man. And I think that would make the complete chase subset. Our next one is, I think these are comic covers, and this is Heroes Return Iron Man, and this is MN TAC 1. Collect all 10 Marvel 90s classic comic cover books, and I don't know why it's N. Marvel 90s maybe? as far as maybe that's why it's N, because 9 starts with an N. Not sure. They don't provide any information in the back, so, but looks like we got. I don't know if I've seen this. I guess these are 90s comic books, but oh, that's why it's 1998. I'm thinking of like early 90s are what I'm familiar with. So yeah, 1998. I guess it's like newer, but as far as me, when I started collecting, it's like in the early 90s. So anything like closer to 2000, I feel like it's newer. And then like it's newer, but you know, it's like 25 years. Early 2000 is like 25 years ago, but ooh, time flies by. Um, Midnight Suns, I think this was 90 in the 94, so yep, I'm more familiar with these covers. I've definitely seen this cover. I think this one of the card set is based off of this, the Ghost Ghost Rider. Wow, I'm blanking out. It's the Ghost Rider second series for the comic images that came out in 1992. Just can't remember. I don't know why I keep blanking out with certain information. It's it's the chase set for those is they have the glow 10 card set that's glow in the dark. Um, yeah, and I think it's called the Ghost Rider set. It's like the same set along with the line of Wolverine from then till now that came out in 1992. But I can't remember the exact um, title. It's Ghost Rider something. So we got Namor or Namor, 1991. Looks familiar. It looks better with the chromium. I think that's what's throwing me off with the comic covers, where I've seen them in the comics before, but it looks new just because it's in chromium. Usually, like you know, it's regular stenciled art color. So then we got Ghost Rider versus Deathlock, 1992. Warlock Chronicles. I think this might be part of the comic sub parts of the comic books for the Infinity Wars series, because it has Adam Warlock and Thanos in it. But not really sure if Mephisto was part of it. Got Dark Hawk. And I don't know why Hawk just reminds me of the Hawk 2 girl for some reason out of nowhere. I guess because her meme got so big. Then we got Guardians of the Galaxy. See if we recognize anyone here. Oh, this is the OG Guardians of Galaxy, so it would not be the Drax, Gamora, Rocket Raccoon, and Star Lord. This would be I think the equivalent of Yondu, but I thought Yondu was a guy. But she's got that Yondu hairstyle. Wait, but this looks like Ebony Maw from Doctor Strange. This looks like Corsair, Cyclops' father. Yeah, not really familiar with these characters. I've seen them around, but you know, like, never really cared to go much further than that. And final one is Elektra. And I guess that's, yeah, I guess there's only 3 subsets. I thought it was 4. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they have more subsets, but they're probably a lot more expensive, and these were the ones I could afford. So, and these are like your first tier chase sets, and you guys know there might be like second tier or third tier chase sets where they're just like one in every 100 packs or something like that. Yes, but anyway, we'll get started now with our base set and the Sapphire parallel base set. As far as the Sapphire parallel base set, I think they're not numbered, but I don't think they were also part of something you could get from the regular, I want to say, hobby boxes for the Topps Chrome. I think there's a Sapphire box where all of them are Sapphire version. So, and I think they're a lot more rare than the regular Topps Chrome hobby box, but I'm not sure because, like I said to you guys, I purchased this from China, and I already purchased them as a whole set. So, um, yeah, I have no doubles, no nothing. Uh, I don't have anything to trade for these Topps cards just because I have them all as a whole set already. So, but anyway, we'll take a look at the base and the Sapphire version. So pretty much it's like the only thing that changes is that the color scheme is definitely blue everywhere, and of course it has like a broken glass prism rainbow effect to it. I think that's the best way I could describe it. It might be called something else. I guess like maybe looking at a sapphire diamond, or well, sapphire I think is its own mineral or something. So the sapphire gem is I think what they're trying to accomplish for this card. But yeah, but it's like a pretty much a rainbow prism effect. So got Mephisto. I thought he had the old school costume here too, but it seems to be a newer costume. Then we got Gambit, definitely 90s costume Gambit here. I think this might even be an art from one of the comic panels in Gambit, either a card set or a Gambit comic book. It just looks so familiar. And I don't know if they give credits to artists here, so I don't think they do. Next up is Adam Warlock. He looks aight. His legs look kind of scrawny though. It's almost like he didn't pay attention to leg day. Cable. Not sure how I feel about it. It feels like it's his 90s costume, but the X doesn't look familiar. The X usually is yellow, I think, as far as the 90s X-Men go. It's kind of red, so but his color scheme seems to be like the original. Juggernaut, I mean, his costume doesn't really change much. Unless you go to the to the Deadpool 2 movie, then his costume definitely changed a lot. I don't think I've ever seen a costume of his where it had yellow in it. It's usually just like red everywhere. Alright, White Queen. If you guys saw my previous episode, I was saying White Queen was definitely the most modest. She had the most modest costume out of all the costumes she's had, and I was assuming that's because she was working in the Xavier's school. But she's getting there. I mean, usually the bottom half will just be an underwear, so or like a bathing suit or something, like a bathing suit bikini bottom. Here we got Sabretooth. I don't know why. I don't know why I was gonna say Sabretooth. Cyclops. This might even be. It looks like a retro, like his original costume, but in a newer form. I don't know how I feel about it. And like I was saying with the flare set earlier, because I was examining it, the regular base cards has this background, and then it seems that every time there's a parallel, they just change the whole color of the background to whatever the parallel is, and that seems to be like the most common theme here. We got Silk. Yeah, like you could clearly like see buildings and stuff behind silk, but here it's like you really gotta look and they're there, but when it's one tone or like the same like shade of blue, like it gets really hard to see like the effects of the building, and it's almost like, everything is just blue. Or should I say sapphire? Thing doesn't look like he's as bulky here. It might just be the pose, but yeah, I would say not the best artwork. She-Hulk. She-Hulk looks pretty good here. She does have I mean, she is pretty buff, so Luke Cage. Damn, Luke Cage looks like a rich homeless man here for some reason. He's got that nice jacket, but his shirt is kind of I don't know how his jacket is doesn't have bullet holes. I guess he must have put on the jacket after getting shot by a whole bunch of bullets. He put the jacket on, and then he got slashed through the left arm, and maybe that's how it explains how his his look came to be that way. We got Iron Man. I'm not liking the old school Iron Man look, especially because I'm not sure if this is like skin tight. It's supposed to be like made out of armor, but it's like armor that's like super skin tight. Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about that. And this is definitely not the bleeding edge armor, because this is one of the, if anything, I would say this is one of the earlier versions of his armor. So uh, I'm not sure if he's just wearing spandex, or just the metal parts are the red and then the yellow are spandex. Because if you're wearing a metal armor, your muscles shouldn't be showing like that. All right, we got Spider-Man 2009. Oh, sorry, it's not Spider-Man 2099. It's Miguel O'Hara. His identity has been blown in this card. His enemies might come after him. If you guys saw Spider-Man Spider-Verse, I forgot the title, but he was one of the main. He was like I mean, he was still trying to be like the hero, but he is like the main antagonist for that storyline. So, um, yeah, I think he played a pretty good part. And then we got Wasp. Killmonger. This guy doesn't look like a Michael B. Jordan. And I'm still not really familiar with Killmonger. The only reason I know him is because I think Michael B. Jordan played like a. I mean, he eventually became like the next Black Panther, so that's why I like his character. But as far as Killmonger, I could really care less about him. I guess the thing he does with his skin is kind of cool, where he, like, for every kill count he has like he makes I don't know what you call it on his body, but it makes like a bubble on him, or I don't know. I guess for every pimple or dot on his body, it counts as one person killed. Black Bolt. Definitely never seen Black Bolt with a costume like this. It looks like he just has a cowl on, so. But yeah, I don't think I've ever seen him use a scepter. But the way his power works, technically his main weapon would be the using his voice, but he doesn't need to use his voice, because the way it works is his that antenna thing on his forehead. I don't know if he has one here. that's supposed to attract energy, and then that energy he could store it throughout his body. And his most powerful way of using that energy is, by voice, but he doesn't have to. He could use it as like to strengthen his body, so he could be super strong with that energy. Got Heimdall. Looks completely different from the Flare. Actually, he looks completely different from every Heimdall card I have. I guess he at least he's drawn more as like a like he looks short and he looks more stubby, almost like a dwarf. But in the Flare, because I just went over it an episode or two ago, is he was more taller and like skinnier, which doesn't usually depict him. But I mean, he was old there too, so I guess as long as he's old, it depicts his character. We got Annihilus. Don't really know much about him. All I know is he's supposed to be strong enough to conquer, galaxies and stuff. So, Mr. Fantastic. I don't know if I see him with glasses. Does he? I don't remember him wearing glasses at any time. I got the Mighty Thor, Jane Foster, Sam Wilson, the Falcon America. I like this one of Human Torch. Looks like he's speeding his way to go somewhere. I don't know how I feel. This is the least threatening Sabretooth I've seen. It looks like he's like more like Old Man Logan at this point. Got Colossus. He looks good. It looks like he's wearing like I don't know. I guess that's I don't even know what you call this. Shoulder pads. Oh, what's going on there? Seems to be a stain here. Jean Grey. I don't know how I feel about this one. Cause her hair is it looks like all of her hair is on fire. I don't know if her hair is actually affected when she uses the Phoenix Force. Storm looks badass in this one. It's like I control weather. What's up? We got Shuri. I guess Black Wakanda depicts. It looks almost like Egyptian, but I'm guessing those are like Black Panther toots or teeth. Toot, one toot. Got Daredevil, OG costume. I feel like I only see him with either red or the yellow and black costume. Moon Knight, mostly that white costume. And I hope Moon Knight TV series get a sequel, because I want to see like the fourth. I think it's the fourth persona of the Moon Knight character. Because if you guys have watched a TV series, he has multiple personalities. One of them is like this innocent, geeky guy. Another one is like a fighter. But then another one is like a more dangerous fighter. But then the fourth one, they showcase as like the ultimate killer. So then we got Thor. It looks old school, and I'm not sure if that's Ego behind him. It looks like it's Ego, but I can't be sure. I don't know why Ego would be back there. Oh, this Rocket Raccoon like looks really cartoonish. I don't think I don't think Rocket Raccoon from MCU would approve that. Got Quicksilver. He's still alive. Somehow he's only dead in the MCU. We got X-23. She looks like a. Now I can't remember X-23's actress's name. Daphne Keane or something like that. But she looks a little bit like her. We got Typhoid Mary. I think Typhoid Mary was like a disease or something. I forgot what kind of disease though, but it's probably dangerous like her character. We got Bucky Barnes. I don't know why Bucky Barnes looks like bam, he looks like Nightwing. Probably just a mask. Baron Zemo. I guess he's a good villain. I'm not sure. Never really cared much for his character. But I mean, in Captain America, he made more of a part. So we got Blade with his blade. He sort of looks like Wesley Snipes. Not really. Spider-Boy? Not familiar with this one. Must be a new comic thing. Rec Rap. I'm not sure if they're pulling out characters from the Spider-Verse or if those characters were just made for the TV series or they were actually in the comics, because yeah, I'm familiar with some of them or never heard of them, or I guess they never really got popular. We got John Ironfire. Is this Firestorm? Not Firestorm. Hailstorm, I think. Yeah, not sure who this is. John Ironfire. Hulk doing one of his 1,000-mile jump. We got Black Widow. The Character and Not the Song by Iggy Azalea. We got Kamala Khan. Not to be confused with Kamala Harris. We got Jubilee. This looks like a X-Men Evolution costume for Jubilee. And she looks like she's in her they always depict her as like a teenager, so. We got Blob. Damn, this Blob, he looks almost like Blob looks like Gluttony. If there's a depiction of Gluttony, it would be Blob. Abomination. Abomination doesn't look much of an Abomination. He's starting to look more humane. I mean, he still looks like an Abomination, but you know. Old school Hawkeye. We never got to see Jeremy Reynolds don this this costume. It's always the MCU version. You got Strong Guy. Ever since I was young, I've always wondered like if people actually naturally get so bald, but they just have that one spot in their head, that one patch of hair in their head. Like, I don't know if that's a real thing. I've always wondered that when I was young. Yep, Strong Guy. He was part of the X-Force. We got, and they made a cameo in the X-Men animated series. It was them against some members of the X-Men. So when they were trying to rescue Bobby Drake, Iceman, I think he was in love with Polaris at that time, but then Polaris found I think Havoc, which is also Cyclops' brother, but he didn't know that was he didn't know they're brothers, and then they start hitting each other with Havoc hitting him with his, like, I don't know what kind of blast he has, but Scott hit him with the optic blast, but it didn't work on each other. So Silver Surfer. For a second, I was like, oh, it's Iceman, and then I looked at the name, and there's a board there. So we got Psylocke, more modest looking Psylocke. I don't know why I remember in the X-Men movie, I think is it called Age of Apocalypse? Psylocke was there, and she was using her psychic knife. I don't know if it's a psychic knife or a psychic sword, but she was falling from the sky. I forgot what she did, but she was falling from the sky. I think she jumped out of an airplane or something. But yeah, she stopped her fall by using her psychic knife. So I'm like, is that how that knife works? But I don't know. I guess you could use it as grip for the, like the way Jean Grey makes herself fly. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know how it works. But if you just start questioning these how powers work, you'll be like, that's not really how those powers work. Like, I don't know if you guys are familiar with the old games, like the X-Men arcade, where Colossus would charge up and he would go and all the enemies around him just starts like dying. I'm like, that's not how Colossus powers work. He turns into metal, but he doesn't radiate energy out. So, and the same thing with Wolverine, where he starts clawing like the whole screen, but I'm pretty sure his claws could only extend like maybe like a foot out, and whatever is in his reach is he could cut. But besides that, he can't cut something like like all the way from the other side of the screen. But yeah, just some powers and how they work differently in different games or different movies. Those are just the examples I could think of, but I'm pretty sure there's a lot more. You got Black Cat, Iron Fist. I don't know why this Iron Fist reminds me of anime, just because there's a imaginary dragon that's like made out of energy, but you could see it. Um, Especially in, if you guys have seen Yu Yu Hakusho, it's an anime. So, but one of the guy, his name is Hiei, and he summons like a dragon from another dimension, and he punches with it, just sort of like Iron Fist, I guess, but not really the same. We got Ultron. I don't know why this Ultron looks old. He's supposed to be a robot. He looks really more, at least as far as the face, like I don't think he's ever looked that human. But yeah, this Ultron must have. This Ultron can't be better than the Marvel What Ifs Ultron, where it's gonna be a spoiler alert. He almost took over not just his dimension, but pretty much all the dimensions in the Marvel What If, using all the gemstones. He was able to one shot Thanos. So we got Vision. But of course, the what ifs never count towards anything. If you guys are familiar, What If is actually a Marvel Comics series that came out with a whole bunch of storylines. Pretty much each What If episode is like, say it was like, what if Magneto never became a villain or something like that, or what if Professor X never became like the the leader of the X-Men, you know, and then they would just have it like Magneto like killing Wolverine and pretty much killing the X-Men, stuff like that. But yeah, it's a pretty good storyline. Like it doesn't count, but it just counts for that single comic episode what happened. So it doesn't count in the continuity. We got Gamora. Ant-Man. I feel like Ant-Man's power would be the best to solve like world hunger. If there's any food that we need, you could just either make us small or make the food large. So you'll have like, you know, maybe you could make like something small like a quail egg into an ostrich egg size, or like a chicken to a turkey size, I guess, or maybe even bigger. But that would be cool, you know. Everyone would be able to eat. We got MODOK. Yeah, I'm glad he was able to make an appearance in Ant-Man, even though he made a redemption arc too. So Doctor Doom, damn, this is the worst looking Doctor Doom well, he's just old, but I guess not the worst looking, but you know, not the most menacing looking Doctor Doom. Got Venom. I'm not sure if Venom uses spider webs. I think with his symbiote he could use yeah, not really sure. Alright, we got Galactus. His OG costume from the looks of it. Omega. Not really familiar with Omega. And it looks like his background is the Twin Towers. I'm from New York originally, so I live here in Virginia now, but yeah, I was actually there when 9/11 happened. I was in a bus and I was going upstate New York, and I just hear someone stupid like ran into a plane ran into a building. And I was like, what? Are you are you serious? Like, how stupid can they be? And then what, like 10 minutes later we were like, oh, another one hit. I'm like, what, are you serious? Like, do people not know how to fly today or something? But then yeah, that was before we realized that it's actually a terrorist attack. So but yeah, I'm surprised a Canadian character has a background of an ex-New York building. So I'm surprised about that one. I don't know what the significance of that is. We got Loki. Damn, Loki looks like he wants to be like Poison Ivy on this one. he's got like a Poison Ivy pose. America Chavez. Of course, she's a mutant that could well, I don't know, do you call her mutant? But she's got the power to punch open portals and punch through portals in different dimensions. Looks like Domino's taking karate lessons or some form of martial arts. And Mr. Sinister. I'm not sure, but his face looks really creepy. It looks like I mean, he's always full of himself, so that's the way his character is. Got Rhino. I don't know why. I always feel like Rhino is like one of those strongest, weakest character against Spider-Man. Like every time I see Spider-Man, he gets rid of him like it'll take him like 2 minutes to beat Rhino. Got I am Groot. He almost looks like he's just skeleton here. I mean, he's all just branches, but this Dormammu looks really cartoonish. Not really a big fan. But for some reason, he's one of the backgrounds where the backgrounds doesn't change as much, or out of all the cards we've seen for so far, everything is blue except for this one. I wonder why that is. Got Thanos. Oh, he's weak. He doesn't have the Infinity Gauntlet, so weak Thanos here. And when I say weak, as a Titan, he's probably like top tier, top tier strongest character, even without the gauntlet. Shang-Chi. I always mix him up with Iron Fist for some reason. I used to think they were both Asian, but then I started seeing. Well, as far as the TV series Iron Fist, that's when I knew that he was white. So, and it makes sense because he traveled to the temples and stuff and learned the ways of the Iron Fist. Because Iron Fist is it's like a title, not really a title, but more like a position. You know, like if you're emperor or if you're king, Iron Fist is, or actually a more better way of defining it would be like the Black Panther. So Black Panther is like the leader of the Wakandan tribe, pretty much, and yeah, it's like a mantle he wears. So same thing for Iron Fist. He would be like the protector of the temple of Kung La. It's not Mortal Kombat. Now I can't remember. One of those Asian Chinese, I think it's Chinese temples. We got Captain Britain. He looks kind of scrawny in the upper body. And when I say scrawny, you know how usually superheroes are drawn with like the perfect body, but he looks like a normal body. Like if it was a regular guy wearing a costume. And we are halfway. Now we got Carol Danvers, Miss Marvel. I guess she looks almost like Brie Larson, except the costume is not as. This is like super fitting. The leather costume it's super fitting too, but not as super fitting as that. Carnage. Invisible Woman, John Cena. Elektra. Want to point out the modest costume. Who the heck is this? Wagnerine? Definitely no clue who Wagnerine is, but I'm assuming it's a combination of maybe it's a clone of using Wolverine and Nightcrawler's DNA. Miles Morales. This one's not as blue. You kind of still see the background of the buildings. I got Beast. Beast look like he's like going through stuff like Cyclops. He's about to like go on a joyride on a motorcycle or something. And the OG Nightcrawler. Or Nightcrawler. Crawler. Iceman. I swear, like this kind of makes him look like Silver Surfer. I guess the main difference between Silver Surfer and Iron Iron Man. Iceman is that you could see Iceman's hair is there too, and then Silver Surfer doesn't have hair. Just like this guy Owetu, who doesn't have hair, and really, really, really big head. Got Kang the Conqueror. It sucks. What happened to what's his name? I'm, I'm thinking of Ron Jeremy. I'm like, wait, that's not the wrong name. And then I'm like, Jeremy Renner. I'm like, no, that's Hawkeye. um, wow, I forgot his name all of a sudden. Wow. He was kind of. I like his. I like that actor too. He was in So yeah, he played Kang in Ant-Man and the Quantum Bellum or something like that. He also played the main protagonist in Apollo or not Apollo, Creed 2 or 3. I can't remember now, but yeah, he was the main opponent. Um, what is his name? Why can't I remember? Ugh, I don't like how this Wolverine looks. Usually I like Wolverine, but I would have to put this in my least like Wolverine art. Yeah, okay. Jonathan Majors. There you go. I think it's when I have a camera and I know like I'm recording, I tend to have like a brain freeze, or I just some information just refuse to get in my head for some reason. But I think that's with everybody, you know. You're kind of different when you're, I guess, taking a video where you're just trying to remember everything, but it's not coming to you, and the pressure just builds up, and you're just like, yep, can't remember. Got Ghost Rider. This might be Johnny Blaze, or I forgot the one. I think it was like a Spanish Ghost Rider in Agents of Shield. I can't remember, Robbie Reyes or something like that. But yeah, I mean, Ghost Rider is like a mantle too. So I think the spirit of vengeance takes over you, and that's what gives you the Ghost Rider power. So Drax, if I remember correctly, I think that's how his powers work. Captain America, Angel, I think Warren Worthington the third or something like that. Valkyrie, got Kitty Pryde. I don't know why Kitty Pryde is sitting on a chair like she's part of like the Hellfire Club or something. Oh, I love the art on this one. This looks like the original, like this art might even be on a card set. I have to figure that out because I feel like I've seen the art before. Might be like a Jim Lee art or something. Not sure who Eve Warlock is. Probably Warlock's daughter, I'm assuming. Or maybe the next one to hold the title. To use Warlock's power? I don't know. Nick Fury. Looks like Captain America. He almost looks like yeah, like Sam Wilson's Captain America if he wasn't wearing a patch. We got the Living Tribunal. Oh, this was the character I was trying to say was, oh, the Tribunal. It's the Living Tribunal. That's like third in power. War Machine. This War Machine looks pretty cool. I've always liked the minigun on like a shoulder mounted minigun is like got Green Goblin. Not really I don't really like how he looks there. Apocalypse. I remember watching the X-Men animated series, and it was the episodes or the arc where they find out the virus was formed by one of Apocalypse's henchmen, but they finally managed to get to Apocalypse, and they were underneath a town or underneath a building or something. But Apocalypse was using his power, and this guy could just like make himself larger, make a shield out of thin air, make weapons, and he was just tanking like the whole X-Men team, which which I think is one of my favorite um, battles when I was younger. I was like, when I first saw that, I was like, well, man, this show is awesome. We got Hercules. Hercules doesn't really. I don't think he really uses weapons like that. We got Kingpin. I don't know why he looks like the actor from the Ben Affleck Daredevil. I think it was. I forgot his. Again, I'm blanking out with the names because I haven't used their names in so long. But I think that was the actor that died already. But that was in the Green Mile. Um, like Conan Doyle or something like that. I can't remember his name, but yeah, I feel like he has the same facial features, but he's just whiter. Well, I feel like that's how he looks. But yeah, reminds me of the Green Mile. If you guys have seen that movie, but that movie was like really sad. So got Black Knight. Can't really see his face or anything, and he looks chunkier, but it might just be the armor. Got Morbius. And this is not the Spider-Man animated version of the Morbius. I don't know if you guys noticed, but in the animated series, he has holes in his hands, in his palm, and that way he could just go like this to you and suck your blood instead of like biting you through his mouth. They made that for, I guess, for kid friendly. They made it to be that way, that he uses his hand and not his mouth to suck blood. Got Nebula. Yeah, not really sure what Nebula Nebula is like, because in the MCU she's portrayed like she's a cyborg, so she's like half robot, half human, and I think I think at that point like more robot, because there was a point where Thanos, her dad, was like had her like all her parts like spread out, and I'm just like, and it's supposed to be like painful. I'm like, how is it painful if you have robot parts and those robot parts are just spread apart? That's not really gonna hurt you, is it? But it looked like she was in pain for some reason. But I was like, that don't make sense. But anyway, we got Wonder Man, Sentry, Husk. I think Husk is one of those powers that I don't like. If actually, I'm not sure how Husk power work, but I'm assuming with the name Husk, you just have like a skin that like you could just get rid of, like yeah, I don't know. Magneto, his OG costume, Scarlet Witch. Scarlet Witch is just photogenic, so she looks good in, well, I want to say almost every card set, but there are ones where I've seen where it's like, I don't really like this one. But got Spider Ham. I don't know why Spider Ham's nose looked like eyes also. Mantis. She doesn't look anything like the actress for Mantis, like Clementine. I forgot her name too. We got Vulture. Vulture is usually in green. I guess this is like the Dark Vulture. But then again, in the Spider-Man one with Andrew Garfield's character, he was all robotic. So I mean, the Sinister Six were like all robots. So you had like a Rhino that was mostly robotic. You had like a yeah. I mean, it was like a cutscene, so it was they just made it seem like everyone was robotic in the Sinister Six. But I mean, Doctor Octopus is robotic, so who else? Shocker would be robotic because he uses like electrical gloves or something. And then who else is robotic? Rhino would normally be just like a rhino hide, but yeah, he was donning a robotic costume. Vulture is supposed to be like a vulture animal, but he was also robotic. Um, I'm not sure if I saw lizard, but you guys could already guess like if it was a robotic lizard, he would just have like a tail or something that's robotic. Hey, it's Agatha. I haven't seen the Agatha Harkness yet. I don't know if it's good, but I've been watching a lot of anime, so I haven't done anything Marvel or DC in a while. But I got Mystique, but I love collecting Marvel and DC cards. So I got Spot. This was definitely a comic relief guy in Spider-Man multiverse, but his powers definitely could be a lot. Well, I guess he's not like super familiar with how to use his power, but yeah, like I guess Spider-Man's senses could just beat if he's trying to sneak a dimensional punch, he can't because of Spider-Man's senses. Got Jackpot. She looks like a villain. I can't remember if she was a villain in Jackpot. I think she was a villain in Shang-Chi. I can't remember correctly, but she's always one of those illegal fighting games, and she's like the ringleader. So that's like her character. We got Jessica Jones, and they also have a character in DC. I think that's similar to that. Oh, I'm not sure who Layla El Fowley is, but she looks like the girl from Moon Knight. The girl that was fighting alongside the main character in Moon Knight. I guess her name is Layla El Fowley. Okay, Fowley. Cosmo. Not sure where this dog is from. Alright, we know which movie Gore is from. Got Namor, the Submariner, with his original costume of just an underwear. Got Union Jack. Haven't seen him anywhere yet. I wonder if Union Jack is equivalent to like if there's Captain America and then there's Captain Britain. So would Captain America and U.S. Agent and Captain Britain be Union Jack as U.S. Agent? Is that how that goes? I got Prowler. Kazar. They haven't done Kazar yet, but it's almost like having Tarzan in the MCU. I mean, we do have a Tarzan and Jane. Well, not exactly like Jane because I think Shara, Kazar's like wife, or I don't know if they got married, but there's like this female Kazar. I think it's Shara. Lizard. Damn, this lizard is very. I feel like there's a lot of pencil work involved in this lizard art. We got Mesmero. Not familiar with him. We got Echo, which doesn't appear to be anything remotely resembling the Echo in the TV series. Omega Red. And not really a fan of this Omega Red. It looks like he's like like an insane asylum costume for some reason, or like he's in a mental institution with that costume, or like a janitor, I guess, a space janitor. We got Sage. It's Lockjaw. Probably another art I don't like too much. They don't really draw Lockjaw like he's or maybe it's just a dog type. I don't really like the dog type that Lockjaw is. I'm not sure if he's like a pug, but like a huge pug or a bulldog. I'm not really sure. Swarm. Not familiar with that character. Taskmaster. We don't even know if Taskmaster is still male or female, but I think he was female. Got Craven the Hunter, old school style costume. Callisto. I only remember Callisto because of the X-Men animated series, and Storm beat Callisto in a one-on-one bare knuckle fight. I don't even think Storm could fight like that, but I guess she could fight hand-to-hand combat too. We got Havoc. The Summers family is pretty big, so got Nighthawk. But I'm not even aware if they all know each other, because you got Corsair, which is supposedly the father, and then there's 3 of them supposedly, which is Cyclops, Havoc, and I forgot the third one. But there's another Summers, and then you have all their children with Jean Grey, and then Jean Grey's clone. Yeah, but yeah, it's been a while since I looked in their family history, so not familiar who knows is Sunfire. He was in the animated series. I'm not sure if he was in the MCU ever. Of course, Nova, we've seen him in Guardians of the Galaxy. That was pretty cool the way they did the Nova Corps too, because they made this spaceships or aircraft. I don't know what you call them, if it's aircraft or whatever type of flying device they have, could merge together and then it forms like a shield. That was pretty cool. Sandman. We got Monica Rambeau. Of course, we see her in initially in a Scarlet Witch. Oh, not Scarlet. WandaVision. We see her get her powers in WandaVision, and then she fights alongside Captain Marvel in the Marvels. Cronus. I'm not sure if this is the... I only know of the mythological character Cronus. Cronus, I think, is the father of... Cronus is a Titan, so he's the father of all the current gods, which is like Zeus, Poseidon, Hades, Aphrodite, Hermes, like all of the gods pretty much. And Cronus and Gaia was the mom and dad. So I'm not sure if that's that character. Oh, it says Monarch of the Eternals. I thought the Eternals was that those Celestials. I guess I missed the part where Cronus was part of it. We got Mimic. I forgot there's a Mimic. I thought Mimic was like the Skrulls, where he could where the Skrulls copy all of the Fantastic Force power. But I guess I forgot about Mimic. Spy Master, no clue who he is. That's how good of a spy he is. Professor Xavier. He's able to walk here. That's pretty good. And finally, our last card. Destiny. Must be Destiny that this episode is gonna end. So As always, like, share, and subscribe. And my next episode will be Allegiance Infinity Trilogy because I just purchased it. So, yeah, I'll redo my outro. As always, like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye.